Before we get too far into the agenda and start recognizing our wonderful scholars tonight and our teachers of the year and our teachers of influence, there's a short list of folks that came over here and spent days and have spent weeks preparing for tonight, and I think it looks beautiful in here. So I want to thank a few folks that poured in the time to make sure this venue looks the way it does. Dee Dee Landers, Sherry Greathouse, Sue Godwin, Tom Stiles, our yearbook staff, TigerVision, and Jason Wicks. If you would give them a round of applause and thank them for the work that they did. At this time, I want to invite Cade Keeling to come forward, and Cade's going to offer an invocation for us.
You're welcome. Will you bow with me, please? Dear Lord, thank you for letting us get here tonight and just honor these amazing students and all the teachers involved, and just please be with us the rest of the evening and help us to have a good rest of our night. And thank you for this wonderful food that we have gotten to eat. And please just help us to get to honor the rest of these students and teachers. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Cade. We look forward to honoring you tonight, one of our Red Scholars. The event tonight is a joint effort between the Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Fort Gibson Public Schools, the school board, administrators, and teachers. But it doesn't happen if we don't have the finances to get it done. So there were some businesses that stepped up and contributed tonight, and I want to make sure we recognize them for their financial contribution. So tonight our donors are TJ and Stacy Ellis, Direct Traffic Control, Sticks Fort Quick Stop, All Red Glass, Sue Godwin, H3 Appraisals, Renfro Electric, Gardat Tag Agency, A1 Service, Oklahoma of Eufaula, Fort Gibson Tag Agency, Scott and Emily Farmer, Dickman Glass, Bank First, Armstrong Bank, and Brant Rouse DDS. Thank you all again for making tonight possible. We sure appreciate you. So the purpose tonight is to recognize our highest achieving academic scholars who will be graduating from the class of 2025. But alongside with recognizing these students, we also get to honor teachers who have made an impact on the lives of our scholars and hear from our guest speaker, a 2003 Fort Gibson graduate and current Oklahoma State Senator, Senator Kristen Thompson. So before we begin to recognize those student scholars tonight for their academic success, it is a blessing to reflect on the success of our alumni, like Senator Thompson, who once walked the hallways of Fort Gibson Public Schools and have gone on to harness the power of a premier education to make an impact in their local communities. And I am certain, knowing the 37 scholars that we're going to recognize tonight, at some point one of you, or many of you, will be invited back to speak at this very banquet. So I'd like to introduce our speaker, Senator Kristen Thompson. She was elected in 2022 to represent Oklahoma's 22nd district, which includes parts of Oklahoma and Canadian counties. A fourth-generation Oklahoman, Kristen graduated from Fort Gibson High School and continued her education at the University of Oklahoma, earning a Bachelor's of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders. For over a decade, Kristen and her husband Bryce, I think also a Fort Gibson graduate, have successfully built and expanded several small businesses in the commercial construction and hospitality industries. Their ventures have created over 250 quality jobs in the Oklahoma City metro area, making a significant impact on their local economy. Prior to joining the Senate, Kristen was deeply involved in serving her community. She volunteered extensively in her children's public school on their school bond committee, as well as a successful capital campaign for new signage. Senator Thompson proudly served on the Visit Edmond Tourism Board as a representative of the restaurant industry and contributed to the board's subcommittees focused on youth sports and event growth, with fruitful efforts to increase tax revenue. Additionally, Kristen is an active member of the Tri-Delta Children's Foundation, supporting pediatric cancer programs throughout Oklahoma. Kristen is married to her high school sweetheart, Bryce, and are proud parents of Bryce, 14, Graham, 12, and Brooks, 6. The Thompson family has been a part of the Frontline Church since 2012, where they have led community group and were critical partners in the Edmond campus launch. Kristen's commitment to service and community is reflected in her work both professionally and legislatively, who I get to work with often. Her approach, grounded in the philosophy of people over politics, ensures that she remains dedicated to listening to and supporting the needs of her constituents. Senator Thompson serves on the following committees and is very active. She's the chair of the Economic Development, Workforce, and Tourism for Oklahoma, chair of Subcommittee on Appropriations and Natural Resources and Regulatory Services, co-chair of the Legislative Economic and Development Committee, lead, co-chair of ARPA Committee on Transportation, Infrastructure, and Rural Development. She's a member on Standing Committee on Health and Human Services, Appropriations and Budgets, Rules, Energy. She's also on Joint Committee on Economic or Pandemic Relief Funding. So, Senator, thank you for being with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Well, I am so happy to be here. I get asked to do a lot of things, but I have to tell you, when Mr. Farmer asked me to do this, I think this is the thing that I have been the most excited about since my time in the Senate. I graduated in 2003 from Fort Gibson High School. My husband did as well. We met our junior year, and so this is just truly an honor and really, really special for me to be here. So thank you for having me tonight. I am so proud of all of you that are here tonight. You have dedicated yourself to excellence. You have proven that you will persevere and that you are dedicated to not only advancing your educational outcomes, but also to changing the world around you. And so I just wanted to start by just telling you that I am so proud of you. The world is full of challenges. High school is hard. College is going to be hard. Once you leave college, adulting is even harder. But when you come to those challenges, I just want to encourage you, you have two options. You can turn and run the other way and go back to where you were, or you can continue to persevere and go through and to make change. Change is hard. You're going to catch headwinds. It's just the reality of how life works, especially for me in the Senate. Those of you who know me, there's some that have known me since I was literally born in this room. When you go in and your intention is to change things and to change things quickly, you are going to get pushed back. But keep working. Do not give up. There's going to be hard days, but I have no doubt that everyone in this room, all of you students, you have the talents and the abilities to really push through some hard times and change the world. One thing that I have learned in my short time in the Senate, I've been there for 3 years, it is really hard a lot of times to do the right thing. It feels heavy, but you have to continue to do the right thing. I know that sounds kind of cheesy. If my kids were here, they'd be rolling their eyes and they'd be like, oh, yes, of course, Mom. But there's going to be times in life where you're going to want to take the easy way out, or you're going to get pressure to do something that maybe you don't want to do. I know that as high school seniors, you've already experienced so much. You're right on that cusp of, leaving the nest and flying and doing all these things. But just remember where you come from. Remember your family, remember your roots. And in those times where challenges are hard, you've got your support system. Look around this room. There's so many people here who are here for you. They're celebrating your successes and your dedication to your endeavors so far. And so just don't ever forget where you've come from. Lastly, and I won't take a whole lot more time because I know that we're running late and it's a school night. It is still a school night, even though you're seniors, right? Even though you think you shouldn't have curfew and the whole thing. If there is anything that I can do to help you be successful, please. Hi, Sherry. Oh my gosh, I really am just so happy to be here, you guys. This is just really special. But if there's anything that I can help you to be successful, please let me know, because there are so many people in this room who have helped me. And even though I don't live here anymore, I was given an opportunity through my education at Fort Gibson Public Schools, the community of Fort Gibson, which I still love dearly. I still have family here. I was able to go to OU. I was able to get my degree. And even though I don't live here anymore, this community is so special. There is something about being a Fort Gibson Tiger. You will always be a Fort Gibson Tiger. And I hope that no matter what you do in life, that you will always remember that this place is home. And maybe one day, 20 years down the road, even though I really can't believe I've been out of school that long, it's weird because I'm looking around and like I don't feel like I've gotten older, but I see all of my friends with kids and I'm like, maybe I have gotten older. But I hope that one day you'll come home, you'll get to eat your Charlie's chicken chunks, and you'll pull into the gas station and somebody will grab you that you haven't seen in 20 years, and it's just like coming home. And so I'll leave you with this. Don't ever forget where you come from. Don't ever forget who you are. Do not give in to the pressure of the world, because it's going to happen. I know that all of you are going to do great things, and you can't change the world without making a few ripples in the waters. But just don't forget where you came from. You've got a great support system. I'm so proud. This was not here when I started, Mr. Stiles. I guess I left and you were like, let's do this, and she's gone. Yeah. This organization, I'm so proud of you guys. And just remember that even a little girl from a small town in eastern Oklahoma never thought I would be doing this, but now I'm leading the state in a lot of ways, and I know that somebody in this room too is going to do the exact same thing. So whatever you do, go be great. I'm here for you. I'm cheering for you, and be nice to your parents. So I'll turn it back over to Mr. Farber. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Thompson, and thank you for your service at the Capitol and serving the constituents in the state of Oklahoma. When our red and white scholars met criteria, and they were notified of meeting that criteria, we asked them if you would write a letter to a teacher that was influential in your life. They've done that, and we have letters up here on this table that we're going to recognize some teachers of influence, and when you leave tonight, teachers, as I call your name, know it's up here, but when you leave tonight, please grab this folder up here and read what your students have written about you. But I always give this piece of advice, because I learned it after my first year here and watching it happen. Don't read that letter till you get home, because you will have tears in your eyes, and it's hard to make that drive back across the bridge. So at this time, I want to recognize those teachers of influence, because truly, being an educator myself, there is nothing that means more than knowing that a kid reaches out to you and says, you were the reason. You made that impact. That is the biggest accolade that we can receive. So our teachers of influence tonight that are recognized by these 37 individuals are Miss Botcher, Mr. Barris, Mr. Hurst, Mr. Wicks, Miss Edwards, Miss Acuff, Miss Adney, Miss Dethridge, Miss Dennison, Miss Harrison, Miss Hopkins, Miss Stanley, Miss Elkins, Miss Kilpatrick, Miss Farmer. We have a couple of retired teachers, and along with your packet to our two retired teachers, we have a sub-application up here with that too. Please fill it out, and we'll see you on Monday. Miss Sally Lehman, Miss Michelle Moore. A couple of former employees no longer with us at our district, still working, Katrina White and Peyton Smith. So please give our teachers of influence a round of applause. Our Education Foundation, they're fervent supporters of our classroom and our classroom teachers. This organization formed under Mr. Stiles' leadership years ago, I guess over 20 plus years now, was formed to be a resource and provide additional resources that the school couldn't always provide to make sure that teachers had what they needed to be successful. At this time, I want to recognize our Education Foundation members And please give them a round of applause once I complete introducing them. Miss Sherry Greathouse, Joe Hogan, Brandon Fouch, Steve Klinkenbeard, John Shaw, Jeff Skaggs, Sue Godwin, and Daniel Miller. Please give them a round of applause. So this year, I want to introduce our president of the foundation. This year, serving as president is Barry Steveson. We do want to ask him to come forward and just say a few words on behalf of the Education Foundation and tell you a little bit about what we do.
Thanks, Scott. I have the privilege of serving as the president of the Fort Gibson Education Foundation. The Fort Gibson Education Foundation is a nonprofit organization established in 2003 for the purpose of collecting and distributing private contributions from individuals, corporations, and foundations to benefit students in the Fort Gibson Public School District. It's the foundation's desire to help Fort Gibson students receive the best possible education our community can provide. We strive to be the highest quality education system in the state. And with that in mind, the foundation has several annual programs that it supports. We support the robotics program, professional development, multimedia program, TigerVision on FortGibsonTigers.tv, student leadership programs, junior achievement business programs, tutoring and personal financial literacy programs, and my favorite, we've provided over $40,000 in teacher classroom grants this year, and we've provided over $500,000 in classroom grants since the foundation started. If you'd like more information about the foundation and the impact it has on our great school system, please reach out to any of the board members, and we'll gladly talk with you on how you can continue to help us to grow the foundation and serve our community and the kids to the greatest extent possible. We have some great opportunities available through our tax credit program that have proven to be beneficial to the foundation as well as to individuals and businesses. The tax credits that we offer your business or you as an individual have become a cornerstone of sustaining and growing our support for the classroom. We'd be glad to tell you more about the program if you're interested. So thank you and congratulations, graduates, on your red and white distinction. Mr. Farmer.
Thank you, Mr. Steveson. And I want to point out Mr. Steveson is a Fort Gibson graduate himself and has led a lot of efforts to get the foundation fundraising. Once was golf tournaments and things like that. Now, robust tax credit opportunities that are bringing money in to where we don't have to say no as much to some of those classroom grants that are running through. So again, if you want to know more about what opportunities your business or you as an individual can do to help offset some of your tax burdens, that's what drives the money that goes into our classrooms through teacher education grants. Please contact any of us on the foundation or at the school, and we'll make sure we help you get the information you need. So thank you, Barry, for that. We appreciate all the work you guys do. Fort Gibson is known to be a district of excellence. Senator Thompson actually pointed out, and I don't always put stock in those things you see, but this one I do, except for the fact they ranked Fort Gibson as number 3 in the state. I still think we're number 1. She did point out that Edmond was 1, Jinx 2, Fort Gibson 3. She's been a part of 2 of those communities. I think they messed up the order, but we were listed as one of the top communities and schools to be a part of. That doesn't happen overnight, and that doesn't happen by chance. Part of that is the result of steady and very attentive leadership from a school board of education. And we're proud to be able to recognize a few of our school board members tonight. We're going to recognize all of them. A few of them were able to attend with us tonight. If you would, please give a wave or stand when I call your name. We've got Scott Abbott, board president. Jennifer Rouse, vice president. Haley Norman is the clerk. Josh Young is a member, and Patrick Dawes, member of the school board. Please give them a round of applause and thank them for the work that they do. So we talked about the impact and the power and the influence of teachers. Master teachers are what makes schools great. That's where the rubber meets the road, and having the best faculty is what makes the best schools. I'm proud to get to recognize a few of our teachers of the year. It's an honor, the biggest honor, being recognized by your students. A close second to that is being recognized by your peers. And this year, we have Site Teachers of the Year and a District Teacher of the Year that we want to recognize. They were selected by their peers, and then our District Teacher of the Year was selected by a panel of community members. So tonight with us, we want to thank you for coming and thank you for your service. I want to recognize our ELC Teacher of the Year, Miss Christy Edwards. Our Intermediate Elementary Teacher of the Year, Miss Stephanie Cole. Our Middle School Teacher of the Year, Sherry Godwin. And our High School Teacher of the Year, as well as District Teacher of the Year, Miss Jean Hackworth. And Teachers of the Year, as you exit tonight, the foundation has written you a check. It is right up here in a little card with your name on it. So as you leave on this table, just come grab that card on your way out, and thank you for what you do. At this time, I would like to ask all of our 37 red and white scholars to start making their way to the hallway. We're going to get lined up and start doling out our red and white stoles. Mr. Wicks, I think we are ready to cue up a video. I'd like you to meet your scholars tonight.
My name is Brody. I plan on joining the Air Force and then after that earning my degree in business. I would like to thank my parents as well as my siblings and the rest of my family for teaching me what I know and getting me to where I'm at today.
My name is Addie Bracken. I plan to attend the University of Arkansas to get a degree in biology. I then hope to become a pediatric neurologist in the near future. I would like to thank my mom and dad, Leah and Kent, my sisters, Brookie and Claire, and my friends and teachers for being my biggest supporters.
Hi, my name is Abby Burford. I plan on attending Oklahoma State University in the fall to pursue a degree in political science and minor in psychology. I then plan to attend law school and hopes to become a criminal justice attorney. I want to thank my mom and dad for always pushing me and my best friend Emma for keeping me sane my 4 years of high school.
Hi, my name is Christian Cantrell. After graduation, I plan on starting my career as a cosmetologist. I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me in everything that I'm doing, as well as Mr. Bears and all my other teachers that have helped me throughout this journey.
My name is Nadia Davis. After high school, I plan on getting a bachelor's degree in orthodontics. After college, I plan on opening my own practice in orthodontistry and my own independent repair shop and rebuild shop on the side. I would like to thank my nanny, Miss H, and all my peers for supporting me and that I know will continue to support me through everything that I do and on my journey.
My name is Grant Faulkner. After school, I plan on attending Rogers State College to get a degree in political science. After that, I plan on going to law school to get my law degree. I'd just like to thank my parents for all their support.
I'm Emily Gwynn. After graduation, I plan on getting my real estate license and later in the fall attending the University of Central Oklahoma for interior design. I would like to thank my parents, Autumn and Rob, my sister Grace, and my teachers for supporting me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Hopkins. After high school, I plan to attend Northeastern State University to pursue a degree in music education. I would just like to thank my parents and the high school band program for all the support they've given me over the years.
My name is Eli Hughes. I plan to attend Full Sail University after high school, where I pursue my degree in film. And I would like to thank my parents for guiding me along my journey and all of my friends who are there to support me.
Hi, I'm Emma Martin. After graduation, I plan on going to Oklahoma State University to study recreational therapy and become a recreational therapist. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad and my grandparents for getting me to school every day in elementary school.
Hi, my name is Emma McKinley, and after graduation, I plan to go to Rose State College and study to be an occupational therapist. And one day, I hope to open my own clinic, and I'd like to thank my parents.
Hello, my name is Juliana Mendoza. I will be attending Connors, where I will get my associate's degree in allied health and then pursue a career in radiology or sonography. I would like to thank my mom and my brother for constantly supporting me throughout my life. Hi, I'm Austin Miller. After graduation, I plan on going to basic training in AIT, and in the spring of 26, going to UAFS, where I'll get a degree in psychology, and I'll use that degree to either get a job in counseling or to be an officer in the Army. I'd like to thank my mom, who's supported me through everything up until this point.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Morgan. After graduation, I plan to attend Rogers State University to pursue a degree in Bachelor's of Science in Nursing and eventually become a nurse anesthesiast. I want to thank my family, friends, and teachers for helping me through all of my schooling.
Hi, my name is Emma Neffendorf. I'm attending Northeastern State University, and I'm going to get a degree in history to become an archaeologist. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me all throughout high school.
My name is Tanner Fontana. I'd like to attend Missouri Institute of Technology and get a degree in mechanical and petroleum engineering. I'd like to use engineering to help people, and I'd like to thank my parents, Rosemary and Mac Fontana, and my teacher, Mr. Barris.
I am Addison Rouse. Upon graduation, I will be attending Northeastern State University, where I will major in public relations with a minor in American Indian Studies as a member of the President's Leadership class, in hopes of ultimately becoming an attorney to protect the sovereignty of Indigenous nations. I would like to thank my parents, siblings, grandparents, and teachers, along with the village of people who helped get me where I am today.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Sandoval, and I will be attending Connor State College in the fall for my associate in science and then pursue something in the healthcare field. I would like to thank my mom, my brother, and my sister for always being there for me, supporting me, rooting for me, and for that unconditional love as always. And I love you guys.
I'm Rachel Scott. I plan on going to a beauty college to become an esthetician, and I would like to thank my parents, Mrs. Edwards and Juliana Mendoza.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Shaw. I'm going to be going to Southwestern Oklahoma State University to do my undergrad. Then I'm going to be transferring to NSU to become a pediatric occupational therapist. And I'd like to thank my parents and my sister.
My name is Isabel Shipley. After graduation here at Fort Gibson, I plan to go to TU, where I plan to study something in a business-related field in order to become something in a management position. I would like to thank my parents, my younger siblings, and my grandparents for supporting me throughout this journey.
Hi, I'm Connor Smith. I'm going to the University of Oklahoma next year. I'm going to study business, but I think what I really want to do is be an attorney. I'd like to thank all the teachers throughout kindergarten to where I'm at now for all they've done for me.
Hi, my name is Kendall Thubanel, and after I graduate, I plan on attending Northeastern State University and majoring in social sciences in hopes of one day becoming a pediatric occupational therapist. I would like to thank my mom and dad, Jason and Bethany Thubanel, and my sister Jaden and my boyfriend Ashton for always being so supportive and encouraging me to try harder in everything I do. I would also like to thank all of my teachers and coaches for shaping who I am today, and I would like to give a special thanks to Officer Talley and Mr. Wicks because they told me to.
I'm Aspen White, and after graduation, I plan to attend the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I plan to major in biology and minor in business in hopes of one day becoming a neurosurgeon and eventually medical director of a larger corporation. I would like to thank my parents, Brad and Gina White, for supporting me in all that I do, and my friends for supporting me in all my mania as well.
My name is Chloe White. After graduation, I plan to attend the University of Arkansas to study psychology in hopes of one day getting to help thousands of people overcome their mental battles. I would like to thank my parents, David and Julie, for always supporting me no matter what.
My name is Cooper Crawley. After high school, I plan on attending Pittsburgh State University to double major in sports management and data analytics. And after that, I hope to go on and have a career around sports and math, whether it's sports journalism or a different career. And I'd like to thank my parents and siblings for everything they've done for me, leading me to become the man I am today.
Hi, my name is Xander Floyd, and after high school, I plan to go play soccer at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College, where I will obtain my pre-med degree. And after that, I'll become a pediatrician, and I would like to thank my mom and dad for raising me right.
Hi, my name is Parker Hayes. I plan on going to NSU after high school, and I'm going to study to become an optometrist. I want to thank my parents and my brothers and all of the teachers that have helped me get to this point.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Lane Jones. After graduation, I plan on attending NSU, where I will be a part of the President's Leadership class. After getting my undergraduate degree, I will go on to med school and become an OBGYN. I'd like to thank my mom, my sister, and my dad for all their constant support throughout my life.
Hello, my name is Camden Kading, and I will be attending Montana State University this fall. I plan on majoring in psychology with the hopes of then attending medical school and becoming an emergency medicine physician. I would like to thank my friends and family and my teammates for all the support throughout these 4 years of high school.
Hi, my name is Cade Keeling, and I plan on going to Northeastern State University after high school on a PLC scholarship. I'm planning on being an anesthesiologist when I grow up. And also, I would like to thank Miss Farmer for all the help she's provided me with, and my parents for supporting me all the way through my school career.
I'm Danielle Kitty. After graduation, I plan to attend Northeastern State University, and my major is still undecided. I would like to thank my dad and my grandma, Frederick and Frankie Sue, and all the amazing teachers at Fort Gibson for supporting me.
My name is Alex Mendez, and after high school, I want to go to university to study to become a mechanical engineer in hopes so that I can become part of a big car manufacturing company where I can work on heavy machinery. I would like to thank my family for all their support and all they've done for me over the years.
Hi, my name is Victor Ramirez. After high school, I plan on attending Northeastern State University. I want to become an information systems manager. I would like to thank my parents and my brother.
My name is Wyatt West. I plan on attending Tulsa University in the fall. I'm going to major in finance, and after college, I'm going to hope to work as a financial advisor. I would like to thank Mr. Barris and Mr. Hirth for being my two favorite teachers and really being a really big sphere of influence on me. And obviously, I would like to thank my mom. She's the greatest parent I ever could have asked for.
Thank you, Mr. Wicks, for putting that video together and for the shameless plug you had thrown in for yourself. That was pretty nice. Good move. Now that you've seen the high bar and the standard that these kids have set, and you've got to meet them, I want to explain what the criteria is to just make that video, to be recognized as a red and white scholar. To be a white scholar, a student must have over a 3.5 GPA, as well as score a 22 or above on the ACT college admission test. To achieve a red scholar status, the students must have above a 4.0 GPA, meaning that they had to take advanced classes and still scored all A's, and they must have scored over a 25 or above on the ACT college admission test. So out of the 131 seniors we have this year, we have 27 white scholars and 10 red scholars. And that's a great statement and a great testament. So all of you Fort Gibson grads out there, this is a good accolade for the tradition that you started, but it's also a little dig at you because I'm going to tell you, the group of kids that we're going to recognize tonight set a record for the highest ACT scores in Fort Gibson school history. So you started the trajectory, but they're continuing to move that forward, so we're proud of that. They scored higher than the state average, at a distance higher than the state average than we've ever had. I hope we beat them again this year, but we'll see. So those juniors this year are taking the test, but as they took their junior ACT, they set the bar high, and we're proud of them. So it's time to honor our red and white scholars. So please remain seated as we start to call names and introduce them. You don't need to come up and take pictures because we will have plenty of time to take pictures at the conclusion of the event. So we'll start with our white scholars first. Our first scholar recognized tonight, Brody Abbott. Addison Bracken. Not here tonight, but we're going to recognize him nonetheless, Jeffrey Brewer. Abby Burford. Christian Cantrell. Nadia Davis. Robert Faulkner. Emily Gwynn. Ashton Hopkins. Eli Hughes. Emma Martin. Emma McKinley. Riley Mendenhall. Juliana Mendoza. Austin Miller. Kaylee Morgan. Emma Neffendorf. Tanner Quintana. Addison Rouse. Jasmine Sandoval. Rachel Scott. Kennedy Shaw. Isabel Shipley. Connor Smith. Kendall Thuvenel. Aspen White. Chloe White. Now for our red scholars. Cooper Crawley. Xander Floyd. Parker Hayes. Lane Jones. Camden Kading. Cade Keeling. Danielle Kitty. Alex Mendez. Victor Ramirez. And again, not present tonight, but we certainly want to recognize him, Wyatt West. Parents, I want to thank you for attending. I want to thank you for entrusting your children to us. It's been a pleasure and an honor of our career to be able to serve them. I want to thank you for supporting your child first and foremost. Teachers, thank you for making our school the best in the state. It doesn't happen without the work that you do day in, day out. Finally, students, thank you. It's been a pleasure. You guys have been fun to watch grow, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. We would like to take one group picture. It's going to get a little crowded. I'd like to have all of our red and white scholars here in the middle, along with Senator Thompson and our Teachers of the Year and Teachers of Influence. It's crowded, but we're going to cram in and do it. So we're dismissed. If we could, let's stay 1 second, kiddos, and let's take that picture, and then we'll head to the house. Thanks for attending.